Take your time. When you're ready to move back further, you can let me know.
Okay, I'm here in the womb.
You're in the womb. Wonderful. And what are you noticing? What are you experiencing in the womb?
It's warm.
Warm, yeah. Are you comfortable? Your arms and legs, head and neck,
Yes,
comfortable?
yes.
Very good. What are you aware of?
Swimming around.
Yeah. Swimming around, sure. About how many months gestation are you?
5.
5 months. Good. Have you recently joined with the baby's body?
2 months.
At 2 months. What was that like for you?
It's going to be a difficult life.
Mm-hmm. A physical life, a good life?
Physical life, it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
tough,
Yeah.
tough.
Tough. Yeah, tough.
But she chose it. She chose it.
Sure. What were some of the reasons or purposes for choosing such a physical life?
Oh, she wants to learn so much. We advise her to
Yeah.
take less,
Mm-hmm.
but
Learn.
she wants to take all on.
Right. Tell me, when you join with this developing body, this baby's body, how is that? How does it feel and how do you
It,
approach
it,
that?
it's it's a very healthy baby.
Mm-hmm.
She
Healthy
needs
baby.
she needs that. She needs a
Mm,
healthy, strong baby,
right.
and she's got that body.
Yeah. Any impressions about the brain, the baby's brain?
It's well developed.
Yeah.
It's
So
intelligent.
intelligent. Very good. Do you have a sense of how this body, this baby's body, and the lifetime you're about to live, how does this compare with some other lifetimes, other bodies you've had? Stronger? Less strong?
It's
Right.
strong.
Strong body. Good.
She enjoys to be in a strong body.
Yes, enjoys a strong body.
But of course,
Yeah.
other lives, the body's different. Depends
Mm-hmm.
on the soul lesson.
Right. Tell me, What are a few overarching reasons why you chose this body and this particular lifetime?
Oh, she wants to learn about the love. When she relationships.
Relationships. Mm-hmm. Anything specific about relationships she's working on or learning about?
Learning about the love.
Mm-hmm. The love, yes. Learning about the love. Very good. Do you have a sense of being alone in the womb, or is there any other presence with you?
Just myself.
Okay. And tell me, do you stay with the baby's body all the time, or do you come and go occasionally?
I go. I, I still.
Mm-hmm.
I observe the stars.
Ah,
I take my break.
observe the stars and take a break. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, take a break.
It's going to be tough, so I take a break.
Right,
I
right.
chill.
Right. You chill. It's going to be tough, so take a break when you can.
Mm.
Now, turning your awareness to your mom,
She's always
what?
busy.
Always busy. Mom is always busy.
I send her signals to just relax and enjoy. She's
Mm-hmm.
just not hearing me.
Yeah. Are you aware of any sounds?
Cooking.
Cooking sounds.
Mm.
Interesting. Oh. Do you attempt to communicate with your mother sometimes in
All the
any way?
times. All the times.
All the time. Yeah, and how do you go about this?
I kick her belly. I send
Mm-hmm.
her waves energy, tingling sensations. I send her
Ah,
thought. I send her thought, but she does not know that I send the thought.
interesting. So you send thoughts and energy, and she doesn't know.
I
Hmm.
said, "Mom, take a break."
Mm.
She
Take a
she
break.
she will she will object that. She said, "I got things to do."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things to do. Busy. Always busy.
They have to. They're making a living.
Right.
I don't
It's
blame
hard.
them.
It's a hard life, it sounds like.
Mm,
Hmm.
not much stuff there. Not much
Right.
offered. Not much offered by life. You have to
Right.
fight. You have to fight for it.
Mm-hmm. Not much offered. Have to fight for it. Sure. Sure. How does mom feel about being pregnant with you? Do you sense that?
She's happy about the
Happy.
pregnancy.
Yes, good. Good. Happy about the pregnancy. That's good.
She's just not 100% happy about that, but she had a love that's not fulfilled, and
Hmm.
and her father wanted him to marry that.
Oh, I see. An unfulfilled love. Hmm. And that was sort of an arrangement? By her
Yeah.
father, is that right? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
She's
Interesting.
she's never spoken about that.
Right.
But I
Never
know.
spoken. And how do you know? How do you know about this unfulfilled love?
Ah, she she tries to fight, but she couldn't fight over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tries to fight.
They didn't have much choice, and
Mm-hmm.
you marry to the arranged marriage. That's it.
Right. Arranged marriage. Didn't have much choice.
But that man had a different plan, so it was not just purely that happened
Mm.
before the arranged marriage.
Right. Right. Tell me, you're learning about love and relationships in this lifetime. What's the most significant thing that you learn from your family?
Love is there. You have to
Love is.
feel it, feel it.
Mm-hmm.
It offers in a different form, and this is
Right.
applicable to everyone.
Exactly.
You have to feel it. You have to turn it in.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever life that has been given to you have to turn it in. Feel the love from inside and
Yes.
offer your love to others.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Feel the love from inside. Offer this love to others. Beautiful.
You can speak up about love, influence people about the love, educate
Mm-hmm.
people about the love. If it's not spoken, you can be the speaker of love.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Lots of aspects about love.
That's why she created the love program.
That's why she prays for love.
The love program. She runs
The
a
love
love.
program.
Yes.
Yes, love
I
program.
I sent her. I sent her.
Mm-hmm.
I sent her sparks.
Sure. Send her sparks.
So
Now
she
tell
get
me.
she gets all the ideas.
Yes, sparks and ideas. Are you
Yeah.
speaking as Apple's higher soul self?
Yes.
Yes. Good.
She's aligned. She's well aligned. She works
Well,
hard. So we work well together. She listens to
mm-hmm.
me. She listens.
She listens. Beautiful.
But she could listen more.
And she could listen more. Yeah.
And she's way ahead of many. And she
Mm,
she's good. She's on it. And we are pleased with the work that she do.
very good. Very good. Pleased with the work she does around love.
Yeah,
Now you can just,
she's taking on too much.
hmm,
So one thing at a time.
right.
But we are we enjoy watching the show.
And when you say we, who else is with you? in addition to your higher soul self?
The wider ones.
The wiser ones?
Yes.
And how many wiser ones are you noticing?
Not very sure.
Not very
I,
sure. Okay.
I sense their presence, but I can't pinpoint how many.
Right. Sense their presence. Good. Describe their presence for me. What's that like?
I sense two figures.
Two, sure. And are you sensing how they might appear to you? How you might describe them? Their shape or color?
She's him. Him.
Him.
Him is
Ma-
looks old. Old.
Old. More masculine presence then?
I wouldn't use masculine. He looks, well, yes, it's a male.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very old soul.
Old soul.
He carry a wooden stick,
Mm-hmm.
not a
Wooden
straight
stick.
one, not a straight one. There's a bottle, there's a water bottle. Well,
Hmm.
not a plastic. It's it's a stick. Looks like that. He's
I
holding
see.
it in his right hand with a with a with
Mm-hmm.
an S shape, a bottle, a plant bottle. There's a bottle.
Interesting. A plant bottle. Interesting. An S shape.
It,
Hmm.
it, it's a figure that we saw as a little child on the wall.
Hmm.
He has long beard, gray
Long.
long beard. He wears grayish whitish robe. He's just
Mm-hmm.
he's just observing. He never said he doesn't say a thing. He just
Hmm.
he just sends thought energy.
Yes.
He
Thought energy.
he
Sure.
he's just there.
Yeah.
The other one I'm not. I'm sensing
Hmm. Okay. You sense there is another one, and yet you're not getting a very clear
light.
image. Light. Are you noticing any colors in or around these two beings? Take a deep breath. Just
White light.
white light. Beautiful. White light. And this one with the beard, the long beard, is it a white beard or a gray beard? What color?
Grayish white beard. He doesn't. He's bald. He doesn't have hair.
Bald. Okay.
He
Grayish white.
he just look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't have a body.
Ah, feel into your form or
I
ask
I have no form.
no form. Do you feel a sense of being light at this time? A form of light?
Sometimes I appear as light, other
Mm-hmm.
times I have no shape, no form, no color, just
Okay.
consciousness,
Ah, just consciousness.
a sense of existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me, are you noticing any thoughts or messages that this bearded one is sending to you telepathically or energetically?
He says you are doing well.
Wonderful. You are doing well. Wonderful. Is he referring to this current lifetime or to your soul's development over eons or both, maybe?
Current.
Current. Okay, good.
She she trembled from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
She's making a big step now.
Yes, yes. Big step. What are your surroundings like just now?
Mixed
Mm-hmm.
stars,
Stars.
darkness.
Stars and darkness. Sure.
I came here, be still.
Mm-hmm. To meet you, to greet you.
If I want them,
Mm-hmm.
I will just ask them.
Sure.
They will be always there for you. But I don't ask
Always.
very often.
Mm-hmm.
I just be still, silence.
Right.
And
Yeah.
then I get my answers.
Be still. And does this happen often in meditation when you're still and
Oh,
you receive answers?
you humans call that.
Mm-hmm.
We call, we, we just do it. It does not need a name.
Ah.
You just observe
Mm-hmm.
silently.
Observe. Silent. Sure.
But other
Sure.
times there would be sound for healing.
Sound. Yes. Powerful for healing.
The
Do
healing
you have
comes
a
in two forms.
mm-hmm. Two forms?
One day it's sound, 2 days no sound.
Sound and then no sound? Did I get that right?
Yes. So
Sound and
you enter a place. There's one
mm,
place you go healing. The soul go there for healing.
mm-hmm.
We use sound to heal them. When they
Yeah.
finish in Earth's journey, they returned. They go to
Mm-hmm.
this, yeah, you call it rejuvenating place. Doesn't really matter.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Another chamber, there would be no sound.
Ah.
Pure silence. The silence will absorb all the noise from Earth.
Mm-hmm. Pure silence.
So the soul
Absorb.
came back has a shadow because it still has that human density. It still has a form.
Mm-hmm.
So if you to look at it from the screen, it would be like you're entering a multi-dimensional space with light. Well, it isn't. It's a light, but it isn't. It isn't a light.
Hmm.
And a complete stillness, silent mode. And
Mm-hmm.
the silence will absorb the noise from that human density. Then you will see the
Sure.
sparks being released from, as in the body, the shadow from us will be dissolved into nothingness.
Mm-hmm.
And so the consciousness would return to the soul into an existence, but there isn't any form. Well, if the soul desires, they, she or him, could have a form when they go to the next journey. You call it
Mm-hmm.
station, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
The schooling process is really up to the individual's choice.
Right.
She she could go to school, or she or him um,
Mm-hmm.
just go on a journey.
Right.
Yes, it's very much advised so, but some souls prefer to play a little bit, traveling
Sure.
into the
Hey.
space, have a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of fun. Where
Mm-hmm.
for her soul, she she's advancing
How is that?
into the stillness. When you're into the complete stillness, it's only wisdom. It's only a pure bliss.
Pure. Yes. Pure. Pure silence.
That's her work
Stillness.
here to purify the energy. So this tough life,
Mm-hmm.
she's doing really well. We are impressed with the work.
Mm. What is her soul name? What do you call her?
It's given. Doesn't really matter. You humans like to have names for things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it helps us to figure things out analytically.
Forget analysis. It helps. Whatever you want to call her.
Okay.
She's
Whatever we want to
from
call her.
she's from Arcturian,
Yes,
a
Arcturian.
system.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yes,
given. Trust
Arcturian.
the information that has been given to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a piece of the tip of the iceberg. There's much more to be
Mm-hmm.
revealed to her.
Much
She's
more.
going to be good. She's a teacher
Yes.
in this
Right.
Earth planet.
Yes.
She's been doing this, and all the time she's mastering her craft.
Mm-hmm. A teacher. Describe for me the various fields she'll be teaching or subjects she'll be teaching while on this earth plane.
She's teaching people what love is. That's why
Mm-hmm.
she chose this difficult life to suffer first
Mm-hmm.
in order to be able to absorb what is on the other side of not receiving love. And then she'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to express, resonate, be compassionate, be empathic, and understanding people suffer because she is the other side. She is love.
Right. Right. Now, Apple wonders about that impatience that she struggles with sometimes.
Oh,
Is this real?
that's from the body, a little bit of the soul. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's the job to integrate with the body, to work with the body. The soul
Right.
is a peaceful soul. It's
Mm-hmm.
an old soul.
Yes.
Needs to work with the
Has
body. Meditate, meditate.
meditate to work with the body. Sure. Is there an area that we name as humans in LBL? Is there an area where Apple's soul would like to visit or where her higher guidance would like to lead her at this time?
Just this place, silence.
The silence. Okay.
Things happen everywhere, anytime. Ask your questions if you want to.
Okay. Apple is very concerned about her brother and
He's good.
wondering,
He's good.
yeah,
Mm, trust. He
trust.
stopped.
Hmm,
Silently think of him. Whenever she thinks of him, channel the energy to help him to ground. He's a
very
good
good.
kid. He also chose a difficult, tough life, and she's there to help him.
Very good. She wonders how she could help him better.
Be patient.
Mm-hmm. Be patient.
Regular contact, regular guidance,
Mm-hmm.
message.
Yeah.
He's too
Think
busy
of,
to have a session with her. He isn't 100% aligned yet. He's gifted, but he's not recognizing his gift. So
hmm,
be patient, and it
right, be
will
patient
come.
and
Channel
Apple and
channel the energy when she meditates. Spend some time with him when she meditates. Telepathically communicate with him.
yes.
Send the
Yeah.
energy
Send the
because
energy, channel the
he's
energy.
too busy.
Mm-hmm.
He works two jobs, trying to pay the
Too
debt.
busy. Sure.
Trust him and love him unconditionally. She needs to work on that with the human body. The human body is irritated.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's a long it's a it's a long it's a tumor.
Explain more about that, please.
Oh, gambling. Well, he chose this tumor. Wants to
Mm,
see
mm-hmm.
if he can work out this. Um, there's a money lesson there for both of them,
Oh.
but she managed better than him. She
Mm-hmm.
lost everything when she does the trading. That's a lesson for her. But she's getting that. She's overright. She's rising. She's done that lesson. But the brother went on took a tougher lesson. Didn't learn
I
it.
see.
Mm,
I see. And who's speaking now?
guide.
The guide. Okay. The guide with the S-shaped handle with a grayish white beard?
Possibly.
Possibly. Or the other one who is just very light. Perhaps there's more you could explain about this other being or describe.
Well, I sense the presence of Buddha and Jesus, if it makes sense at all. Doesn't make much sense, but
Buddha energy, sure. Makes sense. Buddha energy,
oh,
beautiful.
yes. She was she was both Buddhist and she was also Christian. It's all
Hmm,
about learning. She's cu-
right.
she's curious about why this happened. It's all about learning about love. Now, different
Mm-hmm,
religion, you human branched out into different religions. They're all one. It's all
mm-hmm.
one about
Yes,
love.
yes, about
About
love.
love. Taking
Mm-hmm,
different religious roles in different culture settings allow her to have a higher perspective about love and
mm-hmm,
not to be judgmental because you're from a certain background,
mm-hmm.
and to be aware
Right,
of the difference that humans developed. But as you know, if you go above the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, and enter the higher dimension, there is only one existence. And you all come
right.
from the same source. Then you're going down, break down into a lower level, and a
Mm-hmm,
lower level. Being on Earth is I wouldn't say the lowest level, but it's the place you go learn and
mm-hmm,
play. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Just take
mm.
she needs to take a break. She needs to have fun. She needs to have
Take a
fun a
break.
little bit. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Take a break
Go
and have fun.
go and love. She's
Go
rejecting
into
that.
love.
She's she's rejecting the idea of love. She It's gonna happen. She's gonna embrace that.
Ah, what kind of love are you speaking of?
Her own personal relationship.
Ah, okay.
She's wanting
Interesting.
she's wanting to live a celibacy lifestyle, but it's not finished yet. She was a
Mm-hmm,
monk before. She lived many of the lives that she wants to be on her own. She rejected
mm-hmm,
love. That's a very important lesson. She needs to feel love, experience love in a relationship herself to
uh-huh.
to be fully absorbed in love. She's good, but to feel love, she deserves that. Experience that sweetness that herself. It comes with human terms. And do not be
Mm-hmm.
afraid. Do not be afraid of the human terms. And then once she completed this lesson, she'll be good. If then she wants to be on her own, that is fine. But there is certain contract she needs to finish.
Ah, ah. And is there any information about when she might meet someone who she could fulfill a contract and learn about this very personal relationship love? A
We will
timeline or
we will let her know.
ah, you will let her
Do
know.
the training. She needs to master the craft,
Mm-hmm.
and she's on it. It's good. When the time comes, she will know. She will
I
know.
see. She will
Time is
know.
only for you,
Mm,
humans, and she knows that. She's not in a
right.
rush, and
Mm-hmm.
when she's ready, it's going to happen.
Yes. Makes sense. She will know. Apple wonders.
Asks you.
Oh, go ahead.
Anything she
Ask.
asks, she gets the answer because
Ask. Yep.
she's aligned. She knows that she's aligned. Answers came
Mm-hmm.
through meditations, through her thought. She's much live at the soul level. She's aware of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, just for some additional information, our human minds like to kind of understand details. If you were to hold up a mirror to Apple's soul self, I know she changes forms at times, yet is there a color emanating from her core or surrounding her? Any colors at all?
Again, it's the human term.
Mm-hmm. Human. Yep.
There's no form, there's no color.
No form and no color. Just pure consciousness. Is that right?
If you wish, it's a white and a purple.
A white and a purple. Thank you. Thank
Any
you.
color she wants to be. She can be any
Sure.
color she wants
Any
to be.
color.
Depends
Mm-hmm.
on depends on the circumstances. She's
Mm-hmm.
able to change the color. She's able to do that. It's not
Amazing.
it's not limited by
Hmm.
the color that's defined by human.
Right.
She
Right.
loves she
Able to
loves
change.
being in a colorful environment, but
Mm-hmm.
it's pure pure light.
Pure light. Pure light. Beautiful. Now, Apple does wonder what are some of the biggest challenges she will have in her hypnotherapy business? Any insight
Oh,
regarding that?
it's the common thing every soul regressionist would experience. It's
Mm-hmm.
objection from the public.
Mm-hmm.
But we are good. We are making good progress on earth. All of you doing this work together.
Mm-hmm.
Believe in the work that you do. Be
Yes.
public. There's a lot of work needs to be done. You need to be out there. You need to be in all social media aspects. Go out.
Yes.
Use social media. Use all channels. Go on TV shows if possible.
Mm-hmm.
Internet marketing.
Mm-hmm.
You have a
Yeah.
lot of work to do, all of you together, and you are making very, very good progress. Believe in the immortal soul to
Mm-hmm.
awaken those who are asleep.
Mm-hmm. Beautifully put. Yes. So many are asleep.
When you spread pure love, and that's what makes things work.
Mm-hmm.
If you put your self-interest down, well, of course, as a human, you need to survive, but we look after the aspect. You don't see that. Many of you don't see that. We'll look after that aspect. We'll look after you. We'll
Mm-hmm.
provide you money, house. You
Mm-hmm.
need to do your work, master your craft, keep your
Yeah.
work as pure as possible.
Mm-hmm.
integrity. You call
Yes.
it integrity, we call it soul discipline.
Ah, yes. Makes sense. Yes. Apple wonders about the prices she has set. Are those feasible, reasonable?
Believe in what you charge. You can charge as much as you can. If you heal someone, it's priceless. Well,
Mm-hmm.
not that you heal someone, you know how the work works. You connect to the individual, to their higher source, or to us, to the pure collective consciousness.
Yeah.
Again, it's the physical term. Don't be afraid to charge because you're
Mm-hmm.
good at what you do. You're worth of what you do. You name a price. First, you have a
Mm-hmm.
product and you are damn good at your product. You're proud about your services. This is spoken to all of you doing the energy healing work. Do not be afraid to charge.
Mm-hmm.
When you name a price, there'll be a market. The information is given to her. Other people charge less. She does a lot of free work anyway. She also has
Mm-hmm.
special offerings for different people from different background. It's all well in place. Don't ever worry about it.
Very helpful. Thank you. Apple wonders about selling the house in China.
Not
When
yet.
might, not yet. She kind of wonders when might be a good time.
In a few years' time. The
Mm-hmm. In a few
brothers
years.
the brothers family is in a tough time, so she needs to hold on to that. And for her, her life will look after her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Her
Okay.
dream, her dream of building the Zentopia healing home will happen a little bit later. She needs to be patient on that. She does not
Mm-hmm.
have to worry about house money. We are taking care of
Mm-hmm.
that. We'll send people to her and everything will be taken care of. If she does her work, which she is, we are not
Mm-hmm.
concerned, and she does not need to be concerned either. So
Very
as
good.
you, so as you, all of you doing this work together, you have a life
Mm-hmm.
challenges, but I want you all know that your life challenges will be taken care of if you dedicate into what you're supposed to do, utilize the energies appropriately.
Very helpful. Utilize the energies appropriately. Yes, and trust. Trust that all will be taken care of. Trust is very important. Do you agree?
Absolutely. That's the
Mm-hmm.
lesson everybody goes through, trust.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has some sort of a level of distrust because
Mm-hmm.
if they have not experienced this pure bliss, pure joy, they will not
Mm-hmm.
they will not believe in it. Meditate. You will
Mm-hmm.
receive the pure bliss. That's how we connect to you. There are other different means that we provide you this bliss, but meditate is the most common and the most easy and the most accessible way to every individual.
Yes. Yes. How do you feel about a regular meditation practice versus many meditative moments throughout a day and evening?
She does in the morning, she's trying to establish the evening that will be good. Tries a
Mm-hmm.
day would be good as many as possible. The more you practice it, the more aligned you be with us, the more you live at your soul level.
Sure.
The more you are separating from this human noise. Everything
Mm-hmm.
else, everything on earth is noise. Do you know that?
Noise.
It's a noise.
Yes. Yes, I
Th-
agree.
That's why she comes home, comes back, just be silence.
Mm-hmm. Pure
Once you're in
stillness.
that place of silence, you drop all your five senses, but only leave one, the six senses rise.
Mm-hmm.
So you detach from the human density, comes with
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Detach from the density. Come back to pure silence. Apple expresses a little concern about eating less during dinner time, especially if it's kind of emotionally motivated. Is
Oh,
there a way?
she doesn't have to worry about that too much. She's a bit too harsh on herself. Eat as much as she wants. She's just so good. Meditate,
Mm-hmm.
meditate.
Meditate. Yes, meditate.
That little irritations from the human body. Again,
Mm-hmm.
listen to the body
Mm-hmm.
and work with it. It's on it. Occasionally, from time to time, fasting is good.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally, can be balanced with a more. But because she works too hard, she forgets to look after herself. Therefore, the body can respond to that. What it meant is to work a little less, things will happen. You don't have to complete everything in one life. Just taking two
Mm-hmm.
lives on into one life.
Mm.
Work a little less. And then, all this regular diet will come through, and you will have a light dinner, and that's fine.
Ah. Is Apple living, is her soul living another human incarnation at this time?
Not this time, in the previous
Previously.
time.
I
Yes.
see. Thank you. And we touched upon the muddy life experience. Any suggestions or insights about her writing? The writing
Ah,
about this time and emerging
she
from that muddy life?
she chose it.
Mm-hmm.
She chose it. It's a good experience for her.
Yeah.
Not everyone would choose this sort of experience. It's again work with the ego, the human ego. To
Mm-hmm.
purify to purify the energy, one important task is to drop the ego, which is a
Mm-hmm.
toughest lesson for anyone who volunteer come to Earth. And
Right.
little by little, you drop your ego through reincarnation. Some takes a long, long time to drop off the ego. Others go a little quicker. So having those egos help humans to build the world, but also create a lot of problems. So now
Mm-hmm.
meditation is becoming a very popular exercise amongst the public. So that would help to calm down the earth energy, and that is good.
Yes. Calm down the earth's energy. Yes.
It's a little bit in Tibun from time to time. It's shoot up and create all these chaotic things, events, and causing uncertainty amongst Earth.
Meditate. Apple also wonders about the significance of her lifetime. as a pope or priest and a monk?
We just
What?
discussed that, yeah? We discussed that earlier on. It's
Mm-hmm.
to
Messages.
it's to be in the body to learn how love can be played out when it's adding a religious tone.
Yes, okay. Right.
Religious, it's limited. It's
Mm-hmm.
certain section of experience that you all volunteer to be in that position. But once you finish that journey, you go beyond, you put it all together.
Mm-hmm.
You learn that the pure love it's about the oneness that is inclusive of everyone. If
Right.
everything that says is exclusive, that has detached, that has went on a separate way from the center of love, be inclusive. The work that you do is be inclusive.
Yes.
Taking different
Yes.
religious roles is to learn about love and the opposite of love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Being being a monk, being a Buddhist life is certainly simpler than being a Christian's life.
Mm-hmm.
Christian's life that is more doctrinated. There's lots of terms, rules where the Buddhist journey is pretty simple. There isn't much pressuring on you. There isn't much pushing. More, it's a freer sort of approach. But it's good to have a priest sort of a role, which she
Mm-hmm.
had.
Yeah.
And but because the Christianity sort of a role, there's a book, Bible, it's derived from the pure love. It's part of the pure love. But read the Bible and go beyond the Bible.
Yes.
It can be misinterpreted.
Yes.
The you gotta
And
read it and go beyond it.
go beyond. Right.
It's not purely to follow the word. What Jesus is one manifestation of love. And
Mm.
for those that if you don't follow Jesus, you go to hell, that's not correct. That's
Right.
that's a misinterpretation. The originality of Jesus was not designed that way when it first was initiated in Israel.
Hmm.
She's gonna do some work when she has the time
Related to.
related to this. Do some
Mm-hmm.
YouTube channel. YouTube channel.
Ah.
Add some episodes on this topic.
Ah. Going beyond Christianity or studying the roots of Christianity.
Whatever. She's got some
Mm-hmm.
idea. She's got some idea. And I wouldn't say go to the roots that would detract her from her current work. Do an
Mm-hmm.
episode or two about the misinterpretation about Christianity.
Yes. Yes.
It's not about purely follow Jesus' path. Follow Jesus' path is one way, but if you don't, it's fine too. Remember, humans, you have free choices.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those who really limited this idea of saying you must follow, well, that's the guideline. You must follow only if you recognize the good for you. You don't have to
Mm-hmm.
follow if it's not conducive for your soul growth.
Right. Makes
Jesus
sense.
speaks of love, and if you are Christian, you ask Jesus, Jesus would give you the same answer unless your intention is not pure in love.
Mm-hmm.
Then that would create noise. See,
Yes.
you need to be
Yes.
able to develop the skills and separate the noise from the pure bliss and nothingness or the universal consciousness. But the
Mm-hmm.
noise is needed in order for you to appreciate silence.
Yes. The contrast. Yeah. Yeah. I feel it takes great courage to incarnate in a human body on earth. Would you
Oh,
agree?
lots. Some don't want to go
Mm.
back. Some don't
Mm-hmm.
want to go back, but then some eagerly go back because of that human sensations. Some want to experience being rich, being a high social status, sex, money, food, all of those.
Yes.
Really depends on the soul journey
Mm-hmm. Right.
because half you see it's a journey that has two sides, just like a mirror, like a coin has two sides. Half of
Mm-hmm.
the journey is sweet and the other half of the journey is tough. But
Mm-hmm.
then there are other souls that prefer to go on a soul journey that's tough, like what she's doing now, Apple's current journey, her brother's journey, and many of your clients. All of
Mm-hmm.
your clients, they decide to be on a tough journey, and because they are learning, they
Sure.
wanted to grow. To grow,
Right.
to grow, you need to be willing to suffer, willing
Mm-hmm.
to work, willing to take on the pain.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you will not understand what is pain free. If you are in the pain free threshold all the time, you have no ability to survive.
Right. Makes sense. Sure. Apple wonders if she planned to be a man this time around and wonders if that's why she was angry about ending up in a female body.
Mm, she did otherwise. She was advised to come
Mm-hmm.
into a female body. She did.
Ah.
She wanted a male body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we advised her to do the love work. A female body would be more appropriate.
Yes. To do the love work. Female body is more appropriate. Makes sense.
And she's got a perfect body. And
Mm-hmm.
stop complaining.
Yep. Stop complaining. You have a perfect body. Yeah. So many of us should stop complaining. For sure.